Hi, and thanks for watching. Welcome to my channel, Life After Narcissistic Abuse. I have started this channel for a variety of reasons, which I'll explain in just a few minutes. But first, a little about myself. My name is David Holen, and I've been a licensed mental health professional and counselor and life coach for nearly 30 years. I've been licensed in 3 states in America and currently licensed in Canada. And I have specialized in relationships and trauma, including healing and recovering from toxic and abusive relationships for most of my career. By far the worst of these are the abuse visited upon the partners and victims and children by narcissists and sociopaths. It's one thing to live with a partner or a parent who suffers from manic depressive disorder or bipolar disorder or major depressive disorder or some other mental health issue primarily related to mood and emotional disorders. It's another thing entirely to suffer the abuse of a narcissist. The narcissist's emotional abuse is consciously or unconsciously intended to cause you to doubt yourself, to doubt your own mind, your ability to make decisions, and its eventual impact is to create a state of mind in which you question everything, blame yourself for all of the problems in your relationship with the narcissist, and come to believe that if you were only somehow, quote, better, end quote, all the problems in your relationship would go away. This is exactly what the narcissist wants you to believe. You've been groomed by the narcissist to create a state of mind in which you would actually tell yourself repeatedly the same lies and projections the narcissist has told you throughout your relationship. Somehow, it's all your fault. And once you got past the grooming stage, that was the norm in the relationship. This has been called narcissistic abuse syndrome, and it's real. Remember the first part of your relationship? Maybe it was the first 3 months or 6 or first couple of years. You firmly believed and felt like your partner was the perfect partner for you. They were helpful, supportive, and caring. They liked the same foods, same hobbies. They were perfect charmers and respectful in social settings. And then you had your first fight. Everything seemed to change overnight, probably. But you stayed. You stayed and you made excuses for their cruelty. They love you, you thought. They're just overstressed at work, maybe. They're not feeling well. And the narcissist has an excuse for everything. You believed it would get better. But it never did. And you made excuses so long for their cruel behavior that maybe even you started to believe your own excuses that you created to explain the narcissist's emotional abuse and projections. Maybe you thought it really was all your fault. It wasn't. But in the hundreds of many traumas resulting from the narcissist's lies and abuse, you probably stopped taking care of yourself. You became more isolated. Friends and family were pushed away or ignored by you at the narcissist's insistence. You self-medicated in any number of ways. And you probably have developed symptoms of what's called complex PTSD. And so here you are. Somehow a light shines at the end of the tunnel, and you're beginning to wonder, maybe even believe, that it wasn't your fault after all. That maybe there's something wrong with your partner or ex-partner. Maybe they're a narcissist. Somewhere you've heard that word. This channel is dedicated to the process of your healing and recovery and education. That process starts with an understanding of what a narcissist is, what their behaviors are like, what their real goals are. It starts there so you can develop a truer picture of who and what your partner was and is, and what a narcissist's goals really are. Once you have some clarity there, it makes it easier to start to see who you really are, what the narcissist has done to you, and to firmly ground yourself on your own path of healing and recovery. I also want to say something about the need to be careful. If you've been the victim of a narcissist, you probably have a high degree of empathy. It's easy for you to feel what other people are feeling or to understand it. It is your degree of empathy that drew the narcissist to you in the first place. I will add that if you have been the victim of a narcissist, you have probably been the victim of more than one. It is a common observation in the clients I work with over the 30 years I've been doing this work. Empathetic people feel others' emotional states, and they generally want to help. And there are plenty of people that feel that energy exchange and are ready to take advantage of it. To that end, there are dozens of YouTube channels dedicated to narcissistic healing and support, and many of them are very good. But beware of anyone purporting to be a life coach or consultant just because they've been the victim of a narcissist and now want to save the world and help others who have also been victimized. Be wary of anyone who encourages you to activate your hate or anger at the narcissist. There is one good reason, and only one, to allow yourself to feel the anger of your abuse: motivation to heal. Any other form of anger that you are encouraged to embrace only keeps you tied to the narcissist and perpetuates in your own mind the dynamics of that toxic and abusive relationship. By activating hate or anger at the narcissist who abused you, you remain their victim, even if the relationship is over and you've gone no contact for many months or years. You've probably heard the old cliche of your parents' tapes are still playing in your head, even after they've passed. In the same way you can be engaged in childhood dynamics with a parent because of an old tape, you can be self-perpetuating the narcissistic abuse, even if the abuse is absent from your life today. It's time to reintegrate all of the pieces of the person you once were, before the narcissistic abuse, before the narcissist methodically tore you apart, piece by piece. It's time to find your own life after narcissistic abuse. I will be posting videos once a week or so on topics related to narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and tips to help you begin and sustain your own healing process. I work with clients all over North America privately, by phone or video, and generally I work from what is called a trauma-informed approach and with a strong emphasis on mindfulness. Mindfulness is learning to live in the present moment, not in the past, not anxious about the future. And you will find both reflected here in the videos I post. Look for the next video in the next week or so. The first one will be, what is a narcissist? Where does narcissism come from? What's the origin and development of it? What it means and how it's played out in a relationship? And all of the myths and lies you've told yourself to not believe and not see that your ex-partner or maybe current partner was and is a narcissist. A narcissistic personality disorder is not curable. It is a personality defect that is not curable. I'm David Holen. Please subscribe to my channel, Life After Narcissistic Abuse. I can be reached through my website at l-ana.com, which is Life After Narcissistic Abuse. And between now and next time, I hope you find my videos useful and helpful, and I wish you peace in the space between.